Everyone, welcome in. Let's get this undergoing. I know Woody's on here, so we can start with John Lane, and then we'll go from there. I think Woody can moderate.
Hey, Coach. Congrats on the win. It's the first time in a while that we've seen multiple subs get significant minutes in the back line. What did you think of their performance and especially the ball that Bill played for Patrick's goal?
I think first of all, I wish it was a win, John, but it was only a tie in the end. But yeah, I mean, I'm always asking our substitutes to be finishers for us, to come on the pitch and, make a difference. Because players will get tired. It's the second game in a week, and their job is to come in and show, the same energy levels, if not more, but also come and do your job. And Bill came on, he's won his headers, and it was a really good ball in behind. We always felt that we would get one of them chances because they played, in my point of view, quite risky 1v1 at the back. I just felt at times we looked to hit Patrick too much rather than the space and turn it into a foot race where Patrick normally wins, and he did that time. So, yeah, I was pleased with the contribution of all the subs who came on today.
Yeah, and the team's, gone unbeaten and only allowed 3 goals against these Ohio teams. Some of the best attacks in the league, defending Supporters Shield and MLS Cup champs, and you had to play them back to back each time. What have you learned about your team through these performances against these clubs?
I think we've tested ourselves. I think, we know that we're playing against good teams, but we feel that we can go and compete at this level with these teams as well. And I think we've shown that on the pitch. It's probably as annoyed as I've been at half time today because I felt it was like a game of chess out there today. They kind of had the ball with their middle centre back where they wanted it, but it was also where we wanted it as well. And it was, who was going to crack first. And I felt that we won the ball back 5 or 6 times in that first half. And they could have been really big chances if we connected a couple of passes and we were sloppy in our passing. And then, unfortunately, a collector's item, which is a mistake from Adil, has cost us a goal.
Yeah. Thanks, Coach.
Thanks, John.
Sam Spencer.
Coach, nice resilience from the team. Can you talk about just, how the team stuck together to pull out the win or pull out the draw?
Well, as I said, I thought the first half wasn't a bad performance by any means. We were just sloppy whenever we won the ball back, and we won the ball back in some really good areas today as well. And our final ball, or our desire to get on the end of a final ball, wasn't quite there in the first half. And I had some words at half time with the players, and we ended up having to chase the game because obviously we're a goal down, and they've had a few chances as well when we went chasing it. But there was a lot of resilience there from the players today, and as I say, just speaking to John, the subs came on and did what they were asked of.
Adil has had 2 big mistakes in the past 2 weeks. Last week you didn't pay for it. This week you did. Is that just how the cookie crumbles?
Yeah, I think so. He's a very good footballer. He plays through the lines very well. He just got caught in 2 minds there. Good players end up finishing their chances. Their lads have made mistakes in the first half, and we should have gone on and finished our chances. We just didn't quite manage that. But I have no doubts and no worries about Addy. He's a top player and will continue to develop. And sometimes you have to make them mistakes to get even better.
And then finally, for me, did you talk to Coach Nancy at all about his MLS All-Star selections?
No, not at all, because I have zero concern or interest in that. So, yeah, no, didn't speak about it at all.
Thanks, Coach. Safe travels.
Cheers, Sam.
Steve Goldberg.
Hey, Dean. 8 points in 4 games against 2 of the best teams in the league, 2 from Ohio. Does that make us champions of Ohio?
It would do if we were in Ohio, I think, Steve. But no, listen, they're 2 very good teams, and we've got an awful lot of respect for both them teams, with what they've done last year and what they're doing this year as well. But I spoke to the players before the game and, said that there's no fear. We've got a real good respect for both them teams, but, we don't fear them because we feel that, as I said before, we can be really competitive against them.
There were a lot of like small errors here and there tonight. Who do you feel were the standout players for the team tonight? Obviously, Kalina, came up big on a lot of things there. And who do you think was big, and what's the status for Andrew?
Yeah, I think Callie made some, 2 or 3 really important saves for us. At 1-0, which he had to do, and that's when he's called upon. I thought Westy had a really good game again. I thought certainly first half he broke up so many balls and set us off for a counter attack where we had we'd overloaded them and it didn't quite come to something. So yeah, there was a number of performances. I didn't think Patrick was having probably his best game, but when you've got somebody on the pitch who can run in behind like he does, and you put it into a foot race rather than playing to his feet, then there's only one winner. And I'm so pleased that he's come back and got that goal.
Great. And the status of Andrew?
It's too early. He just felt his knee open up slightly. So obviously he'll get checked tomorrow, and we'll take it from there.
Okay, pack him in ice and bring him home.
Ice and cotton wool, I think.
Thanks. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Nikki, go ahead.
Hey Dean, I know you mentioned that first half, just winning the ball in some positive positions, but not being able to connect on some of those chances, which is kind of a theme of the passing in the first half. I was just kind of curious what you saw from the team in the second half to just improve in that phase of play and kind of create those chances.
Well, I think as the game went on, I thought we tired them out a little bit. It's sometimes harder when you've got the ball because you've got to go and try and create space. And I thought we was really patient without the ball and didn't give that space up. So I thought the longer the game went on, the more fresher we would be, and the subs made a difference in that as well. I felt that our wide players could come into the game a little bit more than they had done, and Leal's probably had 3 or 4 shots in the second half, forcing the goalkeeper into 3 really good saves and just unfortunately missing the target on one of them. So, yeah, we became more of a threat. I just felt that we needed to hit the space more than feet because of the way they defend. They want to play up against you when it goes to feet rather than in behind them.
Mm-hmm. And then Pat, persevering through those first 80 minutes and getting that goal. I'm just kind of curious, I know you mentioned that maybe you played the ball into his feet a little bit more than you would have preferred at some points. What were your just thoughts on his game as a whole tonight, and also just seeing him kind of persevere through that and getting that goal late?
Yeah, I thought the first half he looked a little bit. It looked like he hadn't played for a few days. He looked off it a little bit. The cross that Leal put in, I was, waiting to see the back of the net, burst with the ball. And I think the lad just got it. I don't know how it was a goal kick, by the way, but they're the areas where I just want him to get better. I think early in the second half, Leal's had a really good shot, and I just want him to be instinctive and have a little tap in of a goal, where the goalkeeper parries it. So we're keeping working with him, but he always shows you the threat he is. And, Bill's put a ball over the top. They turn it into a foot race. And I think if the goal's not given, it's probably a red card for their lad.
Thanks, Dean.
Cheers.
Final one with Luke.
Hey, Dean. First of all, congratulations on winning the series against the Ohio teams, Cincinnati and Columbus. So I just wanted to ask, what would you say the difference was between the first game against Columbus in Charlotte and then this one tonight?
Well, for a start, they had 11 men on the pitch all game. So, after 25 minutes of the first game, they went down to 11. But I think we've evolved as a team. I think, as well as being really good without the ball, I think we're starting to learn how to use it a little bit better. Although, I gave them a few choice words at halftime. And there's an extra resilience. I think they believe in the way we play and the structure. I think the big thing is that there's belief in going and competing against these teams. As I said earlier, we don't fear them, but we've got a lot of respect for them.
Cool. All right. We'll finish there. We'll have Patrick here for you shortly, guys. Thanks.
Thank you.